Good morning, grade 3. Welcome to today's Qatar history lesson. Today we are going to read lesson 2, Ancient Historical Landmarks in Qatar. Now, last week we read lesson 1, in which we discussed about archaeology and its significance and types of monuments, stable and movable. Today we are going to specifically look at some very famous historical landmarks in Qatar. So don't forget to pause this video for better understanding. All right, let's get started. All right, so on this slide, I want you to have a look at these famous landmarks in Qatar and familiarize yourself with the names that you see on the top, and maybe you can add a few that you have in your mind to this list. And after this quick warm-up, let's see what we're going to read. So we're going to read lesson 2, and that's the title page of this lesson. And let's begin reading. Asian historical landmarks in Qatar. Qatar has a glorious history that makes us proud. The historical landmarks in Qatar are evidence of the glorious past. The historical monuments in Qatar are varied. They include forts. So let's stop here. All right, so in today's lesson, we're only going to focus on forts that are found here in Qatar. Okay, and before we go any further and read about these historical sites, these historical forts, let's have a look at how the monuments here reflect Qatar's history. So remember that all these old monuments represent a country's past and its religious beliefs. They are usually pieces of art and architecture. They signify the heritage, the rich heritage of Qatar. And they also show the political strength of the country, which it has gained during the years. And these are great achievements, both in terms of art and architecture for a country. Okay, so let's read about this first fort. Now, remember, please, you can always pause this video, and you can read the significance yourself. And I'm going to read about Al Zubarah Fort. Now, before we begin, I know that you guys researched about this fort on the Qatar Museum website, and you found out that it is a world-renowned UNESCO heritage, right? And it's quite a proud moment for the country that a historical site goes into the list of UNESCO heritages. And I've underlined some very important lines here, and I'm going to quickly go through some key points here. So first, it was constructed in 1938, and it's at a distance of 105 kilometers from Doha city. And it was constructed during the rule of Sheikh Abdullah bin Jassim Al Thani from the year 1913 to the year 1949. Now, these lines are very important because this signifies why was it constructed. So this fort was constructed to defend the western coast of Qatar, and it was used as a center of border guards for many years before its conversion to a museum. So it was constructed. I will repeat these lines because you should know the significance behind this fort to defend the western coast. Now let's have a closer look at the map of Qatar, and you can see that this is the western coast of Qatar right here, and you can find Zubarah right there. Okay, now, all right, so after Al Zubarah, we're going to read about Al Wajba Fort. It is situated in southwest of Doha city. Again, let's look at the map. Please recall from your social studies lesson which direction is southwest. So if this right here is western coast, and that's northwest side, then what about Al Wajba Fort? Right here. So this was the northwest coast where Al Zubarah is, and as we can read here that Al Wajba Fort is in the southwest of Doha city. So let's recall our directions. This is north, south, and that's west, right? So northwest is right here in this direction, and southwest is going to be somewhere in this direction. And as you can see, our Wajba Fort is located somewhere around here. Okay. All right, so It's a two-story building. The fort was constructed in the 19th century, and it's famous for its high towers, thick walls, and it's one of the oldest forts in Qatar. Now, this information here, enriching information, is very important because it tells you again the reason why this fort was built and what is the significance, historical importance of this fort. So let's read this. Al-Wajba is a low fertile land located 15 kilometers west of Al Rayyan city and was a site of one of the famous Qatari battles in 1893. The Qataris, under the leadership of Sheikh Jassim bin Mohammed bin Al Thani, defeated the Ottoman forces. All right, so here this is a very important information. Remember that this is one famous Qatari battle where Qatari Sheikh leader Sheikh Jassim bin Mohammed bin Thani led the forces and won this battle. And let's look at the location of this fort. Now, the book says it's 15 kilometers west of Al Rayyan city. So I'm going to use my GPS and locate it down. And here's a map. And you can see, in order to understand this map, let's remember that all these yellow lines right here you see are your streets and roads, right? Main highways term. You can see that the capital is right here, Doha. And we are located somewhere around here. Al-Wab is easier, somewhere around here. Yeah. And right here is Al Rayyan. And guys, do you see this red color pin dropped here? Well, that's your Wajba fort, Al Wajba fort. And you can see that the book said that it's west, north, southwest to Al Rayyan city, and that's kind of true. Southwest on the map, and towards the west of Al Rayyan city. So that's Al Wajba fort. And I believe it's pretty close to our school, Elite International School. I think it's a 25-minute ride. So you can always use your GPS and type in for Al Wajba fort and see how far it is. All right, now, what is your assignment for today? Today, you're going to reply back and answer back to this question right here. This is an activity from your book, and the question is, describe your feelings upon visiting one of the historical forts in Qatar. And I'm going to help you with some wordings and vocab that can help you to answer this question. Now, we're going to read all this information in our next lesson, all right? So the question again, let me read it again. Describe your feelings upon visiting one of the historical forts in Qatar. Now, how do you feel when you visit a historical site or a fort? Well, you get a better understanding of the history of Qatar. You feel amused that it's a piece of art. It's a significant site that represents the country's rich past. You feel a sense of pride, patriotism, devotion, and you feel thankful that the leaders of this country protected its people, and therefore now Qatar is one of the best countries in the world. So there you go, guys. You can always pause this video and steal some ideas and make up your own answer for this question and share it with us in the discussions. Best of luck, grade 3.